EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Big Easy. And with that "Who Dat" chant bouncing off the walls behind us, we know that we're ready for football at Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The first carry now, this is Alvin Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Throwing is Rattler. Tries the left side and finds Olave. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to have a third down.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the shotgun, Rattler. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
A tough time a season ago, his team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
29-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
San Francisco.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run, and then executed.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Purdy from the gun. Connects with Kittle underneath. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Purdy now to throw. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. Purdy off the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
They go play action here. Purdy. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
A 35-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Play.
Rattler working out of the gun. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 5.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Rattler. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10 yards. That's good for a Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
A good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. On the counter, here's Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
And the Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Rattler. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
And I'll tell you what, I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Purdy. Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Open man is joined. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Connects with Kittle underneath. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 9. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 1 yard, and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On fourth down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To the air is Rattler. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Second and 10. The slot man in motion right. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Michael Williams with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes the Saints punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Purdy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall.
Complete to Ricky Pearsall. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Saints' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 5. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Purdy on the sneak, and he's going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
49er 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Purdy looking to throw. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to wind up bringing taking this one inside the 45-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Throwing is Rattler. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Taken down by Pete Warner. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
And now it's Valdez scambling on the end around. Oh, this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Hauled in left side here by Jennings. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. looking to put a drive together. And he'll start with a give to Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Rattler wants to throw it. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Third down and 13. Now Rattler. Forced out to his left. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jennings. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
1st down, San Francisco.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Purdy off the play fake. This complete right side to the tight end Farrell. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 35-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, 49ers.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. Purdy now to throw. Pass caught by Pearsall. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Purdy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. On 4th down, here's Purdy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw out play action. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He finds his man Johnson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Yeah, I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. This from 32 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Shotgun now with Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and a yard. Here's Purdy. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Purdy from the gun. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. Throwing here, Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Back to throw, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Purdy will look to throw again here. And he's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6.
Niners 13.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half, it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down at 7. Jennings, a receiver in motion right. But now a fake on a jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Purdy. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First down, 49ers.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now 2nd and 9. Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. This is caught. Touchdown. Juwan Jennings. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Jordan Elliott in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. This one taken in by Olave. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Rattler. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. To the air is Rattler. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The 49ers offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, San Francisco.
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
49ers.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be left with second and a couple. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's DeMario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Second and 7 from the 20. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jennings. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Valdez-Scantling in motion right. Purdy looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
Juwan Jennings, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point try now for Moody. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Throwing is Rattler. Olave over the middle. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 28-yard line.
Now Rattler steps away to his left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
A gain of 19
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's good for a Saints 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Rattler. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
43-yard
Oh,
line.
you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, They got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Rattler wants to throw it. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
23 yards.
23 yards the pickup there.
Another Saints.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. From the shotgun, Rattler. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 27-13.
Makes the score
so that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot at 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down, 49ers.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 35 yards that time on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. The Saints offense and Spencer Rattler getting ready for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Back to throw now on first down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It'll be a gain of 5. And it will bring up second down.
A 5-yard gain brings up second down at the 44-yard line.
trying the left side with Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
That's good for another Saints. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second and 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Niners.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Purdy off the play fake. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so Smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Now Purdy.
And when you're in a 1-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Purdy. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just about on his own goal line. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That's good for us Saints.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 40 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Groupie for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. This crowd alive again. Some were headed for the exits, but a 4th-quarter comeback has tied things up as the kick is away here. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
49er first down.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when, as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because As the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, your front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Purdy checks this one down to Robinson. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. This is taken at the 15. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll drop to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's good for a Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Room here to run. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
1st and 10.
Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Kamara up the middle. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's more on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Niners offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Purdy. Throws quickly, and he's got George Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A gain of 16 yards. And a 49er first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get your reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Robinson up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Purdy to throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
And it's 3rd down.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by a field goal. Under a minute 20 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's back to throw. He's got Johnson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
But they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
46-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. Back to throw. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
A big play here, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll go. Here's Rattler. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Blake Grupe now for the Saints field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. This is Robinson.
Purdy's pass complete to Brian Robinson.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So it's the Saints who are going to be in position to get the ball first as we are back underway and set for overtime. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Now a first throw here in overtime. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's good for a Saints. First down. First and 10.
They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's second down.
Hey, that's your man. That's your man.
To the air is Rattler.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Rattler going to look to throw again. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Got a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Rattler wants to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Kamara trying again. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 36-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
So only a field goal on that opening drive of overtime. Will that hold up? We'll find out as the kick's away. Oh, able to avoid him. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously a touchdown would win it. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Demario Davis there on the stop. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get...
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security and in overtime so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.